What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you my top 8 creepiest things to see in Salem, Massachusetts. Now this is not going to be your typical video just going down a random list of places. In this video, you're going to come along with me and explore each place in person together. Make sure you stay till the end because I'm saving the best for last. Let's go. Number 1, the actual confirmed site of the 1692 Salem witch hangings. All right, if you've reached this sign, then you're at the right spot, so just pay attention to that. But this is what it looks like. This is probably the coolest thing you'll see in the town of Salem. Well, where we are headed now, through the woods, through somebody's side yard, but it's okay as long as you're here during the right hours. We are heading to the actual site of... Wow, we made it. I forgot how close this was to the road, but it's not a ride, ladies and gentlemen. This is the site, confirmed site by researchers not that long ago. Confirmed site of the Salem Witch hangings. Struggle, or you would die instantly. It would be a slow, kind of painful death. And that all happened right here. Now, once the hanging was done and poor victims were confirmed dead, the townspeople and the judges never did necessarily lifeless bodies of broken down hills. The bodies were down there and they were just kind of left there. Now what happened was it was an undercover fight, and the judges and the crowd and the townspeople all left. The family members, for example, like the family members of John Proctor, they would return, they would grab the body, they would secretly carry it out of Salem. They would bury their bodies on their homelands in unmarked graves, so nobody ever knew where they were. But it was kind of up to the families to come back and retrieve their bodies, or they would be left right there. Number 2, the Salem Witch Board Museum. This is the world's only museum dedicated to the history and mystery of the Ouija board, or in the true story of how the board got its name, its influence in movies, as well as stories of murder, suicide, and mysteries surrounding the board. We're still on Essex Street, making our way down, and we're heading towards the Salem Witch Board Museum. If you want Number 3, the Salem Witch Trials Memorial. Each of this park's 20 stone benches represents a person executed in the 1692 witch trials. To me, this is a must-see if you're in Salem. Obviously, so many people here, but these are all the memorials that they have for all of the victims. Witch trials. I like to come and visit these. There's Martha Corey, and September 22nd, 1692, and then her husband Giles. He was the only one who was pressed to death. I have other videos on him and his land. course, got to visit John Proctor.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit.
I actually think it's really cool how this tree is just growing into this memorial area. The very first one is right here. Bridget Bishop, hanged June 10th, 1692. She was hanged alone. So probably the most famous grave in here would be that of Judge John Hawthorne, who was one of the judges who sentenced the Salem Witch Trial victims to death. And I have other videos where I show you that grave, but to give you an idea right now, it's right where these group of people are standing. They're all looking at his gravesite right there, Judge John Hawthorne.
Number 4, Proctor's Ledge. This memorial is dedicated to those who passed in the witch trials and is at this location for a very specific reason.
And we've made it to the Proctor's Ledge Memorial. It was built in, I believe, 2017. So over here they have all of the victims' names in order by date. So Bridget Bishop went first on June 10th, 1692. Sarah Good, July 19th. Elizabeth House, Susanna Martin, Rebecca Nurse, and the one and only John Proctor on August 19th. And obviously they have it at this location because where we just were up on the hill is literally right up there. So at the end of the trials in 1692 when it all ended, no one really knows why the girls started having these fits. Till this day, nobody knows why. And by, the whole trials didn't even last a year. And at the end of it, like I was saying earlier too, there was all the proof or anything that happened in the trials was all magically erased and disappeared from time.
Number 5, the famous Witch House of Salem.
Now this is usually packed to the max. It's actually not too bad right now, but the famous witch house where everyone comes and gets their photos outside right about there. Now you can tour the witch house. I think it's for about $9 a person. You can tour, it's a really quick tour, but we usually just opt to get our photos right outside. Fun fact, the witch house was the former home of Judge Jonathan Corwin, one of the very few locations still around in Salem with direct ties to the Salem Witch Trials.
Number 6, take a Salem ghost tour at night. On this trip we did not do a ghost tour, but our first trip to Salem we did. I really enjoyed it, especially with a group of friends to hear the stories and the folklore from local Salem guides.
Our next location, in my personal opinion, is the creepiest place to visit if you're in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm looking at it right now. It's the Satanic Temple in Salem. Let's go take a look. We have arrived at the Satanic Temple, somewhat church in Salem. This is pretty crazy to see in person. All right, now I'm not sure why. Of the making of this video, it's a Saturday night about 5 p.m. and it's closed. Yeah, it's you can't, obviously. The point of it is to go tour inside, but it's closed. This 100% makes a list of one of the creepiest things to see in Salem. Well, we definitely got our walking in to check out the Satanic Temple. It's definitely probably about a mile away from everything else, or more depending where you start. But if you want to come check it out, it's still in walking distance.
And finally, number 8, the Samuel Harris Archaeological Site. This one I'll consider a bonus. It's not technically located in Salem, but it's 20 minutes outside of Salem in the town of Danvers, Massachusetts. This is where the story of the Salem Witch Trials all began. It was down this path through the woods where once upon a time, Reverend Samuel Parris and his family lived. The events that took place here sparked the witch frenzy.
Historical fact, this was like the first largest ever government cover-up in the colonies. And what's crazy is once everything was done, and later at the end of the year they admitted they were wrong, all the evidence magically disappeared and destroyed. Isn't that crazy? We have arrived. Wow, oh my gosh, this is so cool. It's funny, like, you do all this for me, right? You do all this research online and you find these spots and you see the locations and you find any videos that are related to this. So you build up the time that you want to see this and the anticipation, and finally when you're here, it's so cool. 1681 Salem Village Parsonage. In 1681, the Salem Village inhabitants built a home for their minister at this site. Ministers residing here were George Burroughs, of course, accused in 1692 of being a witch and hanged. Crazy. This is what I was looking for right here. It was in this house. In 1692, that Tituba, Reverend Parris's slave, told the girls of the household stories of witchcraft, which nurtured the village witchcraft hysteria and resulted in the deaths of 23 persons. This house was the scene of many incidents during the hysteria and is one of the most important sites in colonial American history. That is so cool. Let's go take a walk in, shall we? Wow. I'm gonna go down the steps into where the home was. This is literally where the Salem Witch Trials story starts. Literally right here. I cannot believe we're here today. I apologize, one of the neighbors just started their lawnmower, so if you're hearing that, I hope you're not, but if you are, I apologize. Wow. This is so nuts to be here. Here's another sign right when you get to the main entrance.
Well, everyone, that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, please check out one of my other Salem videos, and I'll see you there.